There is perhaps no more fascinating study than that of the human figure. Its adaptation to the many and diverse forms of art makes the subject one of universal appeal. The achievements of Sorolla in the art of painting, drawing, and composition lead one to the conclusion that the representation of the human figure ranks among the highest forms of expression of which he is master. There are times when an artist embarks on a journey of exploration and honing skills through diligent practice, and moments when the artist's intellect and skill begin to seamlessly merge with the spirit of nature, unlocking a profound capacity to perceive with unparalleled freshness the essence of nature, a state achieved only through unwavering persistence and audacious fearlessness. From the grace and beauty of the figures from Greek vases, the power and strength of Michelangelo, the grace and fire of Raphael, and the sensitive line of Holbein, have come a wealth of artistic material and inspiration. The continuous teaching of the human figure has proved to be among the most difficult of art subjects. Early training and devotion to the human figure can be taught only from the living model, and no amount of book knowledge can make up for the loss of practice from life. Sorolla was from the beginning an avid practitioner of drawing and the ability to understand form in all its many variations. There are artists who draw by instinct, and others who acquire knowledge and the capacity to draw after intensive study. However, there are comparatively few outstanding figure draftsmen compared with those in other branches of art. This suggests that the subject is a very exacting one and requires long and continuous study. One of the key aspects of Sorolla's work is the ability to capture nature. In the beginning, we find his talent was more than adequate and precocious, but the pictures were of the dry brownish school as he was taught. Still, they were very well done. You are immediately seeing life come across the canvas. His combination of brushwork and the general effect coalesces the vibrancy of a tree, for example. The flow of pigment allows the interpretation to be lively, not merely recorded as a fact of rendered accuracy. The sway of the facts being recorded has life. There is no slavishly gathering each small part, but rather synthesizing the character of what is there. Sorolla was a planner and arranger, and one of the chief points considered in all of these paintings is the extent to which anatomy should be felt. Whilst it is true that the structure of the human figure is dependent on a knowledge and an application of anatomy, it is also true that the subject can be somewhat overdone and has tended to exclude the more spontaneous efforts of painters. We find in the compositions he painted that he is ever aware of the incidental happenings that are ever present. They are narratives, but more than that, they possess a rich understanding of brilliant light and subtle shadows permeating what is there before him. For the painter, this great understanding of the importance of a fluid effect is vital and not simply matter-of-fact recorded nature. Sorolla's skill in describing the deep, rich shadows is particularly remarkable. It demonstrates his growing understanding of how he must find a solution to the deeper tones and spotting of peeping lights, which is particularly difficult when the figure is involved. He conquered the problem with the juxtapositioning of the delicate factors of moving parts with pigment that he stated he could not render if he painted slowly. It demonstrates how instincts begin to take over when careful training is second nature. Then we have the drenched in light effects, something Sorolla was able to grasp quite well. The close tonal harmony with a few choice accents makes the pictures seem alive, and again his superb drawing skills are effortlessly in place. I say effortlessly, but we know the real truth. Their harmonious grey and beige tones work together and intermingle with great precision. The themes are very quaint, but not sappy, as may otherwise be the case if not for his lost and found deliberations. Each canvas has a cover story, but it never gets in the way. Few painters, says a Spanish critic, have hitherto expressed with such convincing power the effects of sunlight falling on our gardens or our towers, or on the scutcheons and the window gratings of our ancient palaces. Not only did his work possess charm and power of design, but it possessed also an unusual grasp of the fundamental points of action, combined with technical skill. The secret of learning to place the figure in action was revealed in how he allowed his models to walk about, and insisted on his models hold a pose seizing upon some characteristic gesture and memorizing the same. It may also be said of Sorolla that he followed the same method each time at the beaches. His quick sketches show how clearly he caught the essentials of movement, and how, by a few direct strokes of the brush, he was able to convey a sense of completeness. The rapid sketches in many of his canvases show that he possessed a penetrating insight into human character as well. It would appear that the fundamentals of structure may be understood and felt without making the painting look like an anatomical chart or an exaggeration of muscular action. Many of our observances of his canvases show just how deeply he studied his world and the things unveiled by light. As we move to the other aspect of Sorolla's interests, namely the boaters and the heroic actions of men and oxen and carts in strong tides, the artist is more immediately concerned with the external and immediate. He views nature as colour, tone, texture, and light and shade. He requires a profound knowledge of the basic qualities of structure, action, and character. When he considers the infinite variety of action, transitory movements, changes in light and shade, and subtlety of form and colour, the average painter would faint at the prospect of such an effort. It is natural that, in eagerness to arrive at the finality of a subject, Sorolla needed to paint with a very quick but deliberate brush. As can be seen, his variety of subjects and ability to find new ways to compose. It goes without saying he was relentless.
Sorolla was a man with a mission, an artist who trailblazed his way into stardom by creating a unique voice, one that understood how colour and light could be achieved in extraordinary ways. He redefined the whole strategy for uniting the two, and his vision gives us a marvellous way to look at nature through his brush. Along those lines, we've prepared insights into his world in our new e-book, so be sure to check the link below and enjoy this incredible artist right at your fingertips, whether in the studio or travelling. So until next time, bye for now.